Hello, welcome back to Ink TV. I'm Jay. If you're just joining us for the first time, welcome. If you're returning, I'm so happy that you're joining us again. So, if you're new to Ink TV, go ahead and check out our intro to the method video on our YouTube channel so you can learn more about how each class works. I have a very special guest today, all the way from Chandler, Minnesota. Can we give a warm welcome to Zuzu?
Hi, everybody.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great. How about you?
You know, I'm doing okay over here in Sacramento. It's pretty hot. How hot is it over there?
Not as hot as it is in Sacramento, I'll tell you what.
That's awesome. You're getting a nice chance to kind of cool down and, you know, not have this crazy 95 million degree weather. That's awesome. Well, we miss you. We're excited to see you soon when you return from your journey out east or Midwest or whatever direction that is. All right, it's time for Wordy Wisdom. Zuzu, what is our wordy wisdom today?
Our wordy wisdom of the day is pacing. So what is pacing? Pacing is moving a story forward with a certain speed, or how slowly or quickly a story unfolds. For example, suddenly the squirrel ran up the tree as fast as he could, so he could keep up with his squirrel friend who was scurrying at an even quicker speed.
Awesome. I love that example. Hey, Zuzu, do you want to write a sentence using pacing?
I would love to.
Fantastic. And I want to invite those of you watching at home to get your piece of paper or a notebook, a pen, or your favorite device and write a sentence using pacing. It can be really, really fast or really, really slow. All right, 2 minutes starts now. Let's go for it. All right, I think that's 2 minutes. Zuzu, would you like to share your sentence with me using pacing?
I would love to. So my sentence is, the tiny bearded dragon scampered across the burning sand. The hawk flew closer and closer. Adrenaline pumped through the little lizard as he sprinted into safety under a rock.
Oh my gosh, that was a masterpiece. You did so much with so little. You had Little Lizard and you had Sprinted. I loved the alliteration using two of the same letter to begin a word. Little Lizard. I loved that. And I loved Sprinted as a word. I always say ran or running, which is not nearly as exciting as sprinted or sprinting. I'm gonna have to steal that and use it the next time I write.
Thank you, Jay. Appreciate it. I would love to hear your sentence too.
All right, here we go. I was just minding my own business watching YouTube when everything changed. Out of nowhere, a giant alien spaceship came plummeting down and crash landed on our farm. In the middle of the day.
Wow, I love that sentence, Jay. It leaves you off as a cliffhanger because all of a sudden this alien spaceship crashes in the middle of the day and then it just ends. Lots of tension, and I really enjoyed listening to your sentence.
Thank you so much. And I'm so glad that you referred back to tension, which is what we talked about in our last episode. Tension is so useful to really bring a story to life and make the reader want to keep reading and keep turning those pages. All right, it's time for our spark. Now, this is a song, but I sort of turned it into a poem. It's called From a Distance, and it was written by Julie Gold. From a distance, the world looks blue and green, and the snow-capped mountains white. From a distance, the ocean meets the stream, and the eagle takes to flight. From a distance, you look like my friend, even though we are at war. From a distance, I just cannot comprehend what all this fighting's for. From a distance, there is harmony, and it echoes through the sun. And it's the hope of hopes. It's the love of loves. It's the heart of everyone. It's the hope of hopes. It's the love of loves. This is the song for everyone. I love that spark. It sits right somewhere in one of my parts of my heart. So cool. All right, so we have an awesome prompt video from one of our fellow wordslingers, Damon, and it's all about reflection, reflecting and thinking. Let's take a look at that prompt video.
Take a look outside your window. If you can, open the window as well. Observe with curiosity the sights, sounds, smells, and maybe even tastes and touches that you experience through the window you've chosen, paying attention to how all of these experiences make you feel. Take 10 to 15 minutes to write about your window and what you experience outside of it. You could write a matter-of-fact journal of observations that you notice, or you could write a love poem to something that has caught your heart, mind, and soul through your screen or through your glass. Regardless of what you choose to write, though, let it flow freely, like the light streaming forth through your window. Good day, writers.
I love that prompt video. It was so calming and soothing. So Zuzu, can you help me remember what the prompt was?
Of course. This prompt is asking us to take a look outside of our window. Observe with curiosity the sights, sounds, smells, and maybe even tastes and touches that you experience through the window that you have chosen to look out of. So now, Jay and I are going to write for a little bit to this prompt.
That sounds great. I'm excited, and I want to invite you at home to write along with us. We're going to take the next 7 minutes to write to this prompt. All right, let's go for it. All right, and we're back from our writing time. Miss Zuzu, would you like to share what you wrote with me and with all of us at home?
I would love to, Jay. This one's called Little Black Subaru. Just beyond the confines of these walls sits a little black Subaru. Dad bought when I was 12. A trailer is hooked up to it, all prepared to move. Even though she's a car, she sure can haul. That little car has been so many places. We drove it to Florida, to Canada, and everywhere in between. She used to be my car in high school when I finally learned how to drive. She was tired and old and went through as much oil as she did gas. The poor little car had 6 oil leaks that just could never quite get fixed. And everywhere we would go, a billow of smoke was sure to follow. Everyone always asked if everything was okay, and I'd smile and say yes. The poor little baby just has a bad habit. That was years ago. Apparently, now she's all fixed. No more leaks, and she dons pristine collector's plates. She's one of a kind. Only a few hundred others were ever made, and she sits outside the window, waiting to travel the open roads once more.
Oh, I love that, Zuzu. Thank you so much for sharing that with me. There were so many awesome moments, and I want to highlight a couple of them. I loved when you used the word confines. That's a really strong word. It's sort of like about limitation, or that you have to stay in a small space. So I really liked that. And I liked how you personified the car. We talked about personification in one of our previous episodes, right? So to bring something that normally isn't living, to bring that to life. I love that so much. And then I also loved how you described the car as being really strong and sturdy, right? That it had been through so much and was still there, and you could still count on it. I love that.
Thank you so much, Jay. I would love to hear your piece.
All right, I'm ready. Let's do it. After I wake up, I walk downstairs to make breakfast. When I open the blinds, the sun pours in, like hot honey melting over a stack of pancakes. The buttery glow reminds me that I'm healthy, that I'm alive, that everything will be okay. The first thing I notice is the birds. I can never remember the name of the type of bird, but I can always remember exactly what they look like. A shade lighter than navy blue with specks of orange and white. These birds have come out from hiding. The cars don't drive by as much and people walk around less and less. Birds are free to play. This is their calm kingdom. They fly from balcony to balcony, dodging each other and tracing loop-de-loops and curly-cues through the air. Sometimes, if I'm lucky enough, one of the birds will stop to sit on our balcony for just a little bit longer. Staying completely still, it stares deep down into the distance. I wish I knew what it was thinking about. I wonder if it's thinking about its next meal, or maybe the last vacation it went on, or maybe a friend that it misses. I like that the birds take a moment to pause on our balcony, that they feel safe, that they feel welcome. You are welcome whenever you want, little bird. Stay.
Oh, Jay, that piece was so lovely. Oh my goodness. There's so much of that, your writing that I really love, but I think the first thing that really grabbed me was the first person perspective and how the narrator was just like telling that things as they saw it. And I really liked the amazing imagery that you had, like the hot honey melting over pancakes, the buttery glow of the sunshine, and how you included like everything will be okay in that piece. Very comforting. And the imagery and the personification of these birds just made me want to be friends with the birds. And I'm so glad that the narrator in this piece feels the same amount of like friendship with the birds, and I love that they are welcome on this narrator's porch. That's so beautiful. So thank you so much for sharing that, Jay.
Thank you so much for your feedback. It makes me feel even better about my writing. It's hard when you write a first draft to feel confident about it, but you have to just go for it and be open to however people listen to it and what they love about it. It's so important to stay encouraged and stay positive. You know, I was so happy to hear your writing, but I really wish that we could hear some of the writing from our viewers at home. Zuzu, how can the viewers at home send their work to us?
So there are two ways that you can send your work to us. And the first way is through email. You can email your pieces at inkathome@916inc.org, or you can take a picture, post on Instagram, and tag us at 916inc. Don't forget to use the hashtag InkAtHome. We would love to hear your pieces, and those are the 2 ways that you can send them to us.
Yeah, wouldn't it be awesome if we got a piece of writing in and then we read it out loud on a future episode?
That would be so exciting.
I think one of the last episodes that we did together, we read Meridian's writing out loud. We got to share her writing with all the viewers. It was awesome. It was such a great opportunity to share a young writer's voice. All right, so Zuzu, thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Ink TV, all the way from Chandler, Minnesota.
Thank you for having me, Jay, all the way from Sacramento.
I had an awesome time. I will see you soon. Everybody, don't forget to like this video and also press that little red button below. Subscribe. And we'll see you next week for another episode of Ink TV. Bye.
Bye.